Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel, and by the video title you know what this video is about. Steelers versus Raiders week 5 review. Week 6 review. Steelers week 6 review of the week. We're gonna discuss a lot of different things from the game, the positives and negatives from the game, some adjustments we can make to keep going forward with momentum. But one thing we can discuss that's big time is the win. It's always good to get a win, whether you win by 1 point, you win by a lot of points, as long as you win the game. The Steelers this time won by a lot. They won 32-13. Haven't seen a blowout victory like that, something that was comfortable in a while. I predicted, like I mentioned in the video, my score prediction was 24-10. I thought the Steelers would have a comfortable win. I think we would score 30 points, but it's great to see us being able to do that. Seeing Justin Fields make plays and Najee Harris have a big time game, of course, and also just the different ways the defense can go out there and just disrupt games like that. TJ Watt with 2 forced fumbles and all the different things that happen in this game. Interception by Dante Jackson and stuff. So I'm gonna dive into a lot of that, and starting off first with breaking down some of the stats of the game. Okay, let's break down some of the stats, of course, from today's game. Team stats: the Steelers had a total of 293 yards, to the Raiders 275 total yards. We had 110 passing yards. They had 218 passing yards. We had 183 rushing yards, which is very good. They had 57 rushing yards, which is very good. We helped them to that. We averaged 4.7 yards per play. They averaged 4.6 yards per play. They had 18 first downs. It was 4 for 13 on third down, which is not the best. It was 1 for 1 on fourth down when we went. We had a total of 62 plays. We had 6 sacks, allowed, and 3 punts. Penalty yards, 7 penalties. In time possession, we had 31 minutes of possession, almost 31 minutes and 51 seconds, so almost 32 minutes of possession. On the player stats, of course, for some of our players, you look at Justin Fields, 14 for 24, 145 yards. Didn't have the best, of course, showing in terms of like passing and going like that, putting out the clinic and stuff, but he did do good enough, to make enough plays to help us win this game. Najee Harris, rushing the ball, 14 carries for 106 yards, 7.6 yards per carry, which is very good. And then 1 touchdown as well, that big touchdown he had where he dived for the end zone, hit the power line. That right there is just the plays you can't teach. And remember last year, his rookie season, he had a play like that too. Remember he scored his first touchdown as a Steeler versus the Raiders. He had to play similar like that on that similar power line. He caught the ball and he rushed in and dived for the touchdown. So it's kind of like a little reminiscent a little bit, getting back to that. And we also seen Justin Fields, 11 carries for 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Ward, I believe is his name, 3 for 13. Jalen Warren got some few carries here and there. You can tell he's still a little injured a little bit. He still looked a little stiff out there. But we went out there and overall played good, especially running the football. 183 rushing yards is very good to have. And when you rush like that and you play defense like the way you play defense, the Steelers play defense, you're going to win a lot of games. George Pickens, 3 catches, 53 yards, 17 yards per catch, 2 for 36 for 18 yards per catch for Calvin Austin, 2 for 16 for Najee. Pat Freiermuth, 2 for 16. He had a touchdown that got called back because Justin Fields passed line of scrimmage, but that touchdown was nice. It was a one-handed catch. That was very cool. Jalen Warren, 3 for 11. 1 catch for 9 yards for Darnell Washington, and 1 for 4 yards for Connor Hayward. We also seen, of course, some defense. TJ Watt did have 2 2 forced fumbles, which is very good, and 5 tackles as well. A sack from Cam Hayward. We've seen, of course, Deshaun Elliott he had a tackle for loss. And Dante Jackson with the interception. They don't really show tackle for losses and stuff on here. I probably look at the advanced stats metric, but a lot of these guys made plays, getting pressure in. Benny Bishop Jr. had tackle for loss a few times too as well, timing right. Last week against the Cowboys, he got beat down a little bit, Well, not a little bit, he got beat down a lot. He allowed like almost 90 yards like that on last week against the Cowboys. So he stepped up big time this game, made some plays. So it's nice to see. We also got a punt block too as well. Jalen Warren, showing the kick return stuff. Boswell, 4 for 4. Wizard Boz is one of the best, if not the best in the game. So overall, this is our stats right here. Pretty good numbers. Scored 32 points, being able to rush for 183 yards and get 3 turnovers as well. Block a punt. Just winning at all 3 phases of football. It's rare you see that too often, but winning at all 3 stages of football. Last week with the Cowboys, we won with defense, 2 turnovers. Our special teams had a field goal block, made plays. We won with that as well, but the offense didn't show up. But this week, you see all 3 phases of football step up, make plays, and you go out there and get the W. But I'm going to go down to the next part of this video, which is breaking down some of the positives I like from this game and takeaways from this game as well. Okay, let's talk about some positives and takeaways from this game right here. And one of them, of course, is the defense. I know the defense consistent. Defense did make, of course, last week they had a little mishap that happened. Of course, not last week. I mean, the week before last, when they played against the Colts, they had a mishap, which I believe was a fluke. It got jacked up by the Colts a little bit, especially early on in the game. They allowed 27 points. But then last week, against the Cowboys, they did a good job. They held the Cowboys 13 points most of the game. They got the game on the touchdown in the end. But, they did a good job with 3 turnovers and making things happen. And then this week, we see the same thing as well. 3 turnovers. TJ Watt get 2 forced fumbles, punched outs. And then we also see Justin Jackson get an interception. We've seen a block punt happen. We've seen some sacks happen. And they get big-time stops at the stop on 4th down as well, just making different plays and big-time plays against the Raiders. So I seen them be very consistent. They might have, of course, not everybody can play perfect every season. Every game of every season. Of course, you'll have mishaps throughout the year. But the majority of the time, you can go out there and just dominate and play. And on your style of football and you're playing good, then hey, it's all that matters, and stuff as well. But that's one takeaway I like about the game. I like another takeaway too as well is Najee Harris. They finally utilized him. Remember I made that video a week ago. About a week ago I made a video talking about we should use Najee Harris in the way of just getting downhill. They kept trying to use all this side to side stuff and it didn't work. You see what the Ravens did to Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry early on in the season, before things started clicking, they were using Derrick Henry kind of in the zone runs, had him in the shotgun, next to Lamar, and like him getting the handoffs on the side to side. They were working here and there, but it wasn't really effective. You see where they kind of switched their style up and say, we're going to switch our style up to this, have Derrick Henry come downhill, get pitches from the outside, utilize his power and vision as well from the outside and make things happen. Steelers did that kind of something similar to that today. They went out there and utilized Najee power. He got downhill. He made plays. Najee Harris not going down off of first contact. He's going to make plays every single time he get the ball in his hand and someone touch him or anything. He brushing that off and making a play. We see Najee Harris make a big-time play. He got the pitch to the outside. He sidestepped, broke a tackle, and then got to his good spot and then burst all the way to the end zone, dived for the touchdown. Huge effort. He's elusive. We've seen him juke a guy too as well. His ball vision as well. He had struggles with that earlier this season, but you see this game right here, he kind of like went out there and just played his style. They put him in positions that made him play his game, like that forced him to play his game and play his style. And why we drafted him the first pick a few years ago, and why he Dulles has 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, but I feel like he can get more. Instead of being like barely over 1,000, I think he can be 1,400 if they play and utilize him in his way. So we'll see the Steelers continue to do that, let them get downhill, let them make plays, and just be a freight train and stuff for running. So that's probably 2 positives I love from this game. Of course, Justin Fields as well. I know the past 2 games he haven't really thrown the ball the best, but he did show you ways he can make plays. I seen one fan say something crazy on Twitter. Some fans were talking really, I don't see a difference between Justin Fields and Kenny Pickett. Only thing different is Justin Fields is more mobile. I'm like, are you crazy? It's a huge difference. First of all, Kenny Pickett didn't have a strong enough arm. First of all, not big enough hands to grip the ball to throw down the field, and then not strong enough arm to get the ball down the field. And he also didn't have the mobility Justin Fields have, and being a dual threat quarterback. Justin Fields not just mobile; he's a dual threat quarterback. He actually a threat with his legs. And also, Justin Fields have won us games. Kenny Pickett in his whole tenure, you go back and watch any video, any game, or watch the video footage of any game. He never won a game for us. We won in spite of him, but he didn't win a game for us. And don't bring up those stats about the game-winning drives, because like I mentioned before, that's kind of like a little shaky because it's like more defensive getting stopped. You score a touchdown, but our defense get the stop to keep them from scoring a touchdown, and it count as a game-winning drive. It should be a game-winning stop by the defense. It shouldn't count as a game-winning drive by the quarterback. Game-winning drive should be you score and the game is over because it's game-winning. But if my defense got to go out there and stop it, it's not game-winning drive. I know Kenny Pickett not our team anymore, but I keep getting tired of seeing those comments every time they're trying to compare Kenny Pickett last season to Justin Fields this season. Justin Fields have 10 touchdowns to 1 interception. 10 total touchdowns this year to 1 interception. Kenny Pickett only scored like 6 touchdowns last year, and he played, 13 games. So stop with the comparisons. They're not the same player. Justin Fields on a different level. I know Kenny Pickett's not on our team no more, but every time I see fans bring up Kenny Pickett, trying to compare him to Justin Fields, I just go crazy. Kind of like, y'all comparing nonsense. It's stupid, really. But this is the positive takeaways I have from this game. And let me break down, of course. One more takeaway, actually. Deshaun Elliott and Dante Jackson have became 2 big-time free agent pickups for us. They've been some big-time free agent pickups, some big-time players for us, and they've been making some splash plays all over. Patrick Queen, he made some plays here and there. He still made the same amount of plays he made with the Ravens. Of course, he played next to Roquan Smith, so it's easy when you play next to him, of course. But he's still solid for us, still doing a solid job. I think later in the season we start seeing more and more of him at the all-pro level. But I'm loving what I'm seeing for Deshaun Elliott and Dante Jackson. They're playing good. And remember, I was a guy who wasn't really high on Dusty Jackson. I was like, he's all right. I said, he's not good. He's not bad. He's like, he's solid. You know, he's a solid player like that. He's kind of in between. He has his moments here and there. But this season so far, first 6 weeks, he's playing good. So I can say I was wrong. I'm happy to say I'm wrong to go out there and play where he's playing like that and seeing us have success. But let me break to the next part of this video, which will be adjustments that we need to make to continue our win streak. Okay, adjustments for us to keep going and stay on track is basically 2 things. Well, actually 3 things. 3 things. The first thing is something that's kind of not too crazy, but Justin Fields being more consistent. The offense being more consistent, I meant to say really in a sense, but you know, mostly quarterback and receivers. Justin Fields being more consistent. He missed some throws here and there, you know, to Calvin Austin, some other throws as well. George Pickens dropped it. He gave him an opportunity for it, but you know, he missed some throws here and there like that, not putting the best ball out there. That's one thing you kind of have to work on too as well. You know, he's still kind of developing more and more. Some fundamentally like sound plays and being out there and the mechanics and stuff. He's still working on it. But one thing you love about him, that when the play breaks down, he's one of the best to go out there and make some plays. He makes some plays for you. When the play broke down, we see Calvin Austin get one. Pat Fryman caught a touchdown. You know, he passed a line of scrimmage, but still had that ability to make a play like that. We see him use his legs. We see him make a play on 4th down when the play broke down, and he just scrambled and got the touchdown. So Justin Fields is very good at creating nothing into something like that. He's very good at doing that. So or something from nothing, whichever you want to put it. He's very good at doing that. He's a good player. So one thing you got to work on, of course, is his accuracy, being more consistent and accurately, especially down the field on some of those plays. But overall, he makes enough plays for us. It's good when you're winning and you can still have a lot of things to prove on like that as well. Yeah, we kind of struggling and still trying to find consistency in the offense, but we're still winning games. That's how you know your team is good, when you can do that. When you can try to like fix stuff, but also still win like that. Another thing I want to discuss too, that adjustment we need to make, of course, is the penalties. We had 7 penalties today for a lot of yards. It was I say earlier in the video, I think 70, 80 yards, something like that, 50, 60, 70 yards. We had a lot of penalties, and some penalties set us back, and you know, it just didn't work out well. So that's one thing too. And also, of course, play calling. Play calling got to stay consistent. You got to know the time of the game. Like I always say, situational play calling. It's 3rd and 1. Some coaches look at things and be like, oh, they think I'm going to run the ball on 3rd and 1, but I want to kind of trick them. They think I'm going to run the ball on 3rd and 1, so I'm going to actually throw it and kind of throw them off their game a little bit. Or they might think I'm throwing it, so I might do a little trickery and do a talk. Like, no, stop doing all that. They can know you run the ball on 3rd and 1, but can they stop it? That's the question. People know Derrick Henry getting the ball when it's 3rd and 1, when it's 4th and 1. But can they stop it? They cannot stop it. People know Cam Newton is getting the ball and QB sneak when it's 3rd and 4th and 1. Jalen Hurts, the tush push, they know who's getting the ball when it's 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. But can they stop it? That's the question. So sometimes coaches get a little too much in their head. I'm like, hey, situational football. When you're right there, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you got Najee freaking Harris in the backfield. You got Justin Fields out there, Big Darnell Washington, Pat Fryman. You got all these different individuals. Connor Hayward. Run that ball. Run that ball straight to the middle. I don't care if they know the play or not. Run that ball, because you know you have the talent enough to go out there where they cannot stop it. That's the one thing I want to see us do more of, situational football and just being simple. Sometimes simple is better, like I mentioned in my other video, my other channel, the What Went Right with the Steelers Win. Simple is better sometimes. You say, no, I don't want all this extra stuff on my burger. Just give me a bun, you know, a cheese, and I'm good, like that. You know, like that, me a little sauce is good. You ain't got to add all this crazy stuff. Sometimes people just want just nachos with just chips and cheese. Man, I want all the stuff, the lettuce and the sour cream, the tomatoes, and all the stuff that comes with it like that, jalapenos and stuff. Just keep it simple. Sometimes the simple is better like that. I don't want all that crap in my coffee, chocolate chip drops and all the different things. I only drink coffee probably once a month. I don't drink it too much. I don't drink like once a month. I go and give me a frappuccino, but I don't want all that stuff in there. Just make the frappuccino, add a little whipped cream, and it's done. I don't need all that little crazy caramel stuff and all that craziness on there. Sometimes keeping it simple is just cool. So hopefully they start being more like that, kind of like they did in the second half versus the Raiders. They kept it simple. They said, oh, Najee's running well. Keep giving him the ball. Oh, he broke up a big play. Okay, Justin Fields is doing pretty good on the goal line using his legs. Let's do it again. Oh, he scored a touchdown. So just being smart like that and just making plays, that routine plays and stuff, of course. Once we start doing that, we can get to our groove and be consistent. Another thing too, of course, is health. You know, we see a lot of injuries keep happening. Now that's something you can't really control sometimes. Sometimes just nature, you're getting hurt. But I thought we got to do a better job. You know, our training staff, better job, and our players protecting themselves as well. It's just sometimes Justin Fields take some hits here and there. Like I see him take some hits that might look like he had concussion. I don't think he got concussion, but like he got concussion. Sometimes he hit me in the ground. I'm like, we got to do a better job of protecting ourselves a little bit in the sense of running in head first, kind of Tua did a little bit and knocked himself out. So some injuries you can control, of course, but overall, just health, penalties, and being consistent on the offense and knowing situational football like that in certain oppositions. Just following your gut, not doing all this crazy stuff because you see the analytics saying, I should go for it on 4th and 5. I have a higher chance if I don't get it. Don't do all that. Keep the field goal. Take the points. Take the points like that. You always want to score like that. You want to guarantee score? You want to guarantee points? Or you want potentially not be able to get the points like that? Like somebody came to you, I can give you $100 right now, or you can wait and see if you can hit this the basketball shot and I give you $200. Take the $100 now like that and just play smart. And sometimes you can go out there and gamble, but it's not good to gamble all the time. So yeah, it's kind of like the things that I have for adjustments. I know I'm rambling a little bit too as well, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna have, of course, the link in the description for the memberships. If you guys like to sign up for syndicate memberships, I know I'm gonna start doing live streams as well. I haven't did one yet. I'm saving one. I'm gonna do probably one of these primetime games on Syndicate channel, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we got some cool stuff coming. If you want to go to the Arsenal D.B channel, subscribe for that as well. You can subscribe for the content there. I'll probably have some. My next video I'm gonna make probably is gonna be something about the draft. I was doing in-season draft stuff as well, so I'm gonna do something I missed last week. So be on the lookout for that. Have some in-season draft stuff coming, and you can just tune in for that. Me breaking down probably a receiver or something we should draft, maybe a sleeper. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.